Hey guys, this is Bobby here back with another content for you guys, and today I'm gonna share to you guys the plan heading into rate cuts. It's not much, but it's really what we need to prepare ourselves. This is a big news. Everyone have been waiting for this since, I don't know, 2019. It's gonna get crazy. So first, let's look at the calendar. Where are we right now in South Korea? It's 12:05 a.m. If you can see on the right side here. So the news will came in at 3 a.m. Korean time. So I don't know what time zone are you guys at, but it's gonna be 3 hours from now. The FOMC, the federal funds, the rate cuts, blah blah blah, all this big news will be out. So what is my plan? What is my view in for Bitcoin? So let's just look at the current market. So here's the thing. Going into a big news event, there is three phases. Okay, we cannot neglect all these three phases. We need to look into all three phases. So heading into rate cuts, okay, heading into any major news events that we already know might come out, there's three main parts. First, the pre-news event. Okay, what happened to the market before the news. Second is during the news event. So what happened to the market during the news was out. That's another point you need to look at. And third is the post-news effect. What happened, or what's going on, or what will the market do 1 day, 2 day, 3 days after the news have been out, and how will the market react? Will it still come down, or will it still overreacting to the news? So it all depends on the news, of course. But the things that we can see right now, heading into 3 hours into FOMC, we already see a week of Bitcoin running up to the upside. So what does this mean? So this means people already anticipate a rate cut is coming. A lot of people say rate cut is bearish, rate cut is bullish. What is rate cut? They don't even understand what is rate cuts. In long term, rate cut is super bullish for any asset in the world. Any asset. Especially higher risk asset, because people have extra money to spend. So in longer term, in 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months in 2025, all the higher risk asset like stocks, crypto, whatever the higher risk asset is, they will get bid up by most people. So but in the short term view, there's a different opinion. Okay, it depends on the news, it depends on the market sentiment. So right now we are already in a weak market sentiment since beginning of March. We already been like having a local top, and we've already been going down, lower highs, lower lows, until right now for 6 months, 8 months now. So looking into shorter time frame, the reaction coming into the market, what is my view in 3 hours is, so we already look at the pre-news event. Pre-news event, Bitcoin's already up around 16% before the news coming up. It's already up 16%. Okay, 16.78. That's quite a lot, okay, for something like Bitcoin. Already run for about a week now, and we are sitting near the resistance area. So what happened is, if people already know news will be coming out. So if it's a good news, like I said, rate cut is bullish for long term, right? So that's why the market starts to rally even before the news come. So what will happen if the news come? During the news event, this is the second phase. During the news event, what will happen during the news event? So my take is we might see a little sell-off. Okay, why? There's two reasons. First, there might be a sell the news event. Of course, about selling the news event, there's two kind of news that have already been anticipated, that people know it will come to the market, and second news is news that shock the world. Okay, So the second news that shocked the world, that's very unpredictable. That's super unpredictable. If it's a good news, then the market will pump. If it's a bad news, like a war or something, market's gonna dump. So it depends on the good news or bad news. But the first part of the news is news that is predictable, like rate cuts. We know rate cuts will come today. This news. So this kind of news might have what we call a sell the news event, because people already know that this news will come today. So that's a higher chance of selling the news event might occur. That's the first reason why we might get a sell-off. Second reason is we tend to see a reversal during the pre-news event and during the event of news. Okay, during pre-news event, we already see a pump. So during the news, we might see a dump. That's how the market takes liquidity from people. And we are already taking some buy-side liquidity. As you can see, we're already taking some buy-side liquidity over here. This is a buy-side liquidity here. Let me just change the color blue. So this is a buy-side liquidity. This is the highs, and we are taking the liquidity from this buy-side area. And there's also another liquidity here. We might pump till there. I'm not sure, but yeah, overall this is a buy-side liquidity. Okay, this is a buy-side liquidity. There's one resistance here, another resistance here. So we are taking that liquidity, and after taking liquidity, what will happen? Market might reverse. So where will we know the reverse is coming? First is we might see a trend breaking down. Okay, price might just wiggle around here 3 hours and then just start to like break down. That might happen. And if it breaks down, where will the market go? We have a sell side liquidity here. That's the first. Okay, back into 55k. That's the first target. And second target is near the lows here. This is where my initial target for the market, because like I said before in the Telegram group, we might see a dump till 50k level, while people will be calling for lower price. We might see dump till this level again, then consolidate for a few months, for a few weeks before we see another upside, and that time we will break into this upper channel. So for the short-term view, my opinion, okay, I can be wrong. Market can just like humble me down and just pump up to 70k. Of course, I take the loss there, but just from my opinion here, we might see a sell-off if that's gonna happen, going down, or might just head lower if we see a bigger sell-off. Okay, if we really see something shocks to the market and something really unbelievable to the market, and I might take an action here. If we see a really massive sell-off back to this low or 50k, I will start bidding into my favorite alts or into whatever that I want my position to be. We might see a like huge candle like this time, or even we might break lower and go up. That if is something like huge happening to the market, a big sell-off, taking liquidity on the sell side before moving up. So that's just my news. Now that's just what I think about this news. So where can I be wrong? If we break above the 62.5k, if we break above that, then I can see market starts climbing up into this resistance channel. You can see market starts going up into the 60 level and then starts to consolidate, and people will call for a lower price. Then we might still like go breakout heading to 70k into this liquidity area here. So that's just a simple view that I can share to you guys, and how we can be prepared heading into rate cuts. But believe me, heading into Q4, heading into 2025, we are gonna have a very bullish crypto history that we're gonna see. So don't be scared if we have a sell-off. This is where you need to bid the market. If you see another sell-off that give a huge wick to the downside, prepare your watch list, prepare your capital. And the major view is, if we see a sell-off, we might consolidate into October, and October will be a green month, and October will be where we start to rebound. After that, heading into November and December, ending of Q4 is where everything starts to get bullish, and 2025 the effects of rate cuts will come into the market. Okay, huge liquidity pump into the market. So that's my macro view. That's all I want to share to the group, and I hope you guys like pay attention to this. And yeah, if you have any questions, put it down in the comment. That's all from Bobby today. Thank you. Ciao.